This is Twit.
T-Mobile USA announced new international data plans yesterday in a New York event that somehow involves Shakira. Under the new plan, T-Mobile users on the current Simple Choice plan pay no extra fees for international 2G data and texts in more than 100 countries starting October 31st. Voice calls will cost 20 cents a minute. However, if you want high-speed data, also known as something that will do more than download my email, you'll need a speed pass. $15 will get you 100 megabytes for a day overseas, $25 for 200 megabytes for a week overseas, or $50 for 500 megabytes for 2 weeks overseas. T-Mobile also introduced an international calling plan, allowing calls and texts from the United States to more than 100 countries for $10 a month and 20 cents a minute.
Fitbit's on the scene with a new smartwatch fitness band hybrid. It's called the Fitbit Force. It's $129.95. It's a bracelet that has a small OLED screen right on the band, so you can tell the time and how many steps you've taken, how many miles you've walked, that sort of thing. Like Fitbit's Flex bracelet and its Zip and One trackers, the device will track all of the activity that you're doing throughout the day, calories you've burned, but updates the companion app with data via Bluetooth. However, the app can also update the band itself with information like not just the time, but incoming call notifications as well. So more smartwatch than ever.
Snazzy. TechCrunch reports that Twitter is testing a new service that will send direct messages to users. The test is occurring through an experimental account called Event Parrot. Get it? Twitter Parrot. Its description says to follow it to receive direct messages that will help you keep up with what's happening in the world.
Bloomberg reports BlackBerry is more open to breaking up the company into parts for sale amid fears that Fairfax Financial won't be able to raise the $4.7 billion it promised to bid to buy the company. Last week, BlackBerry approached several companies. We talked about this, including SAP, Cisco, and Samsung. They were trying to gauge interest in who might want to purchase parts of the company. Meanwhile, in good BlackBerry news, Rogers Communications in Canada has changed its mind and decided to carry the BlackBerry Z30, as they call it in Canada, after customers complained about their decision not to carry it.
Dion Weisler, Executive Vice President of Printing and Personal Systems at HP, said at the company's security analyst meeting yesterday that indeed the PC market is shrinking and that the push into non-Windows markets is being driven by places like China. He said, quote, "In China, there are more tablets sold than in the United States. Guess what? Most of those are not on the Windows operating system." HP is focused on 4 OSs now: Microsoft, Android, Chrome, and Ubuntu.
Aereo says its Android app is coming on October 22nd. However, the app will only be available in areas where Aereo operates. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, at the U.S. District Court for District of Massachusetts, Aereo has won a case against broadcaster Hearst. Now, Hearst had sued Aereo, claiming Aereo was rebroadcasting its Channel 5 signal without permission, and that would be copyright infringement. U.S. District Judge Nathaniel Gorton said Aereo did not violate copyright because Aereo's service is like a remote DVR.
It's so like that. Acer launched its C720 Chromebook line on Thursday in the United States. The 2.76-pound laptop has an 11.6-inch 1366 by 768 screen, 4 gigabytes of DD3R RAM, and a 16-gigabyte SSD hard drive, as well as an Intel Haswell processor. The C720-800 will sell for $250 and is available for pre-order on Amazon and Best Buy, though they're not saying when it's shipping yet, oddly.
Bloomberg Business Week has published some very choice excerpts from writer Brad Stone's upcoming book, The Everything Store, Jeff Bezos and the Age of Amazon. Topics include the beginnings of the company to Bezos' personal life, the inner workings of Amazon, even the leadership group, which is known as the S-Team. So Stone describes Amazon as less than harmonious, though, and that, quote, "The people who do well at Amazon are often those who thrive in an adversarial atmosphere with almost constant friction." He also writes, quote, "Bezos abhors what he calls social cohesion, the natural impulse to seek consensus." Meow.
Wow. Remind me not to work for him.
Yeah.
And by the way, instant correction. I think I said DDR3R RAM by mistake. It was a slip of the tongue. Acer's C720 has DDR3L RAM, 4 gigabytes of it.
Good catch.
Thank you.
That would have been embarrassing.
Woo. Las Vegas is the latest city to be promised 1 gigabit per second internet service, and it's not from Google. CenturyLink, which has a 1 gig pilot service in Omaha, Nebraska, will begin offering fiber to the premises in residential and small business areas in select neighborhoods of Las Vegas soon, hopefully by the end of the fall. The service starts at $80 per month and a 12-month contract, or $125 a month if you add their TV service and sign a 6-month contract.
According to Hong Kong's Oriental Daily, engineering students from the Xi'an Institute of Technology may have been forced into an internship program at Foxconn where they would assemble PlayStation 4 units. XIT students were told to join the program or they wouldn't receive credits necessary to graduate. Foxconn investigated and found students who were assigned to night shifts and overtime were placed there in violation of Foxconn's policies.